we'll be able to pop in and out. We have Kendall hanging out with us as well, and then we'll get live. But yeah, so when they put us in here, KFMA, COVID like killed KFMA, right? We haven't done a KFMA day forever.
No way, really?
Yeah, it sucked, dude.
Oh man,
we're working on it.
KFMA day. That at least bring back a fall ball or something. Bring back something, dude.
I've been working on that too, but with that, it's kind of like the Live Nation monopoly and just the cost of like festival booking right now. Like bands are outrageous, so it's difficult. The game has changed, and they have to figure out a different way to do it. And so, KFMA during COVID kind of like hit rock bottom. I was producing the Frank show, and then they had to move me back onto KFMA to do the morning show, and they put us in this broom closet, and they kind of didn't think anything was going to come of it, right? They're just like, this guy's going to fail.
Yeah. They go, we're going to put him in here, and then we'll fire him in 6 months for tax write-offs.
This will solve that problem.
Yeah. But that didn't happen. So we've been on it now like 4 years.
Good job, dude. Fight the power.
It's just because he hasn't left the studio at all.
Yeah, it's a sit-in. It's just a 4-year sit-in.
Yeah, exactly. It's a protest.
They go, Pete Vegan, we need that as a meeting room. You need to leave.
We have to talk about stuff, okay, guys?
Yeah, well, yeah, you have to, actually have meetings and stuff. But either way, all right, we're going to be on here in 2 minutes, and I'll give you the official introduction, and we have so much to talk about. Yeah, I think right now also, and I'll say it on the air, several times, but I think we have peak Dan Soder right now. I think you are on top of your game in so many aspects. Yeah. And I've been following your career forever. And your comedy special On the Road, which you released on YouTube. Yeah. It's such a gut buster and like a killer set from beginning to end. You start off killing it.
Oh yeah, we
don't let off. I know, but I
like,
understand that though. But
we took out like 15 minutes because I was like, what am I just talking about? Portland up top? What am I doing? And then we got rid of it.
You know what though? I mean, the way that the comedy special starts off is brilliant as well, but because it captures, the attention of the audience right off the bat. You don't need the introductions or welcome Portland, hey Portland, and then doing some crowd work. You get right into the meat and potatoes.
Pull your pants down. Let's get to it.
Yeah, you skip the foreplay.
I like my lovemaking style, truck stop style. Just quickly, I've got a shipment to drive off.
Right. But yeah, and seeing your evolution and as you've continued to grow and stuff, it's been fascinating. But hearing your punches, your setups, everything that you're doing, and comfortable in your persona and your delivery, as you kind of always have been as like a natural. I think right now it's kind of like you put in your 10,000 hours, if you will.
Yeah.
And you are just cranking it out expert level. So it's exciting to see.
It is just, first off, it's just surreal to be back on KFMA. I don't know if you peeped my name, but I put my name in as Scared Dan. I had to do the KFMA shout out. I can see. Okay, so at least one of you is in the studio, right?
No, we're all in the studio.
We're all here.
Oh, this is all the meeting room?
Yeah. I tricked it out. Here, let's get on the air here. I'll reset the table.
Yeah, I want to see.
I don't take up much space either, so.
Rock 1 2.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. As you know, we have a jam-packed show. I got Emil, the Boy Wonder, joining us. Of course, Kendall. And also joining us via satellite. Welcome back, KFMA DJ Scared Dan, a.k.a. Dan Soder. What's going on, Dan?
Yeah, what's up? What's up, everybody?
Yeah, Dan, he is the golden retriever of comedy. He is bringing his show to the Rialto Theater to headline, and it's a welcome home of sorts because Dan has been killing it throughout the entertainment industry, whether you see him in movies, television, or stand-up specials, or even his own podcast, or being a go-to guest on elite podcasts all over the nation. Now he gets to return home as a former U of A and KFMA alum for one night only to perform a show. So we got Dan on the podcast broadcast.
Let me just start by saying there's no way I would have graduated from U of A without KFMA. Without KFMA, without the old studio on Jackrabbit or the new one where you guys are at now, that was where I went to hang out. I didn't. And people know this, Tucson locals know this, but I don't know. U of A is very Greek. It's very like fraternity. You got sororities and fraternities. Yeah. You also got a lot of rich kids from San Diego, from Long Island. You got rich kids from Phoenix coming down. So the scene is very like if you go to U of A and you're rich and you're in a frat, you're going to Arizona. You're like partying in Arizona. If you're wearing jean shorts and liquor t-shirts and you're from a single mom family, you're smoking resin, ripping Camel Lights, and you're not popular. So you go work at college radio, and then you get hired doing overnights at Tucson's New Rock, KFMA. And then I literally that was where I made friends. That was where I like finally started getting laid, was because of KFMA. It was like all I did was stand up in KFMA. I would go to laughs. I would do the open mics. I would go do guest sets. And then I was so in the culture of KFMA that I also would go to class during the day. So I don't think there's no degree without KFMA.
Right.
I think I'd bail out of school without KFMA.
Yeah. What was your favorite like person or artist that you met during your run at KFMA? Because you've worked a couple KFMA days and fall balls and all that.
Yeah, dude. I mean, there was a very funny moment where I think his name's Gerard, the lead singer of My Chemical Romance.
Yeah, Gerard,
bummed a cigarette off me at fall ball. And I was so drunk that I just went, "You're so tiny." And then he was like, yeah. And I was like, because he was so small. He was so small, it caught me off guard. And I was like, oh, you're so... Yeah, and I gave him 2 cigarettes because I felt bad. I was like, here, there's 2. I feel bad that I called a man tiny to his face.
It's all the smoking that's made you so tiny, though.
Yeah.
It might have stunted your growth.
You shouldn't have this. Little boy, you shouldn't have a cigarette.
Yeah, you shouldn't have it.
You're too small to smoke. But I would say that, and Josh Homme came in to do an acoustic performance in studio in 2003 before Queens of the Stone Age and Eagles of Death Metal played the Rialto.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, that was right after Songs for the Deaf dropped. Yeah,
I was actually, I'm not going to be a revisionist, but it was Lullabies to Paralyze. That was when they were on that tour, and they came through. And I got to meet Josh Homme like a month ago, and I brought it up, and he went, I was on so much meth on that tour. And you're like, oh, man. He was like,
really?
He goes, there was a lot of drugs on that tour. And I was like, damn, dude, that was hilarious. But yeah, that was in, I got to meet him at KFMA at the studios, which was awesome.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's awesome. Well, we're talking to KFMA alum Dan Soder. One night only. It's going to be at the Rialto Theater on October 3rd. It's the Golden Retriever of Comedy Tour. We're going to be talking with Dan more here right after Breaking Ben. But you could join us on the podcast broadcast, youtube.com/beefvegan. All right, clear. All right, now we're just on the stream. All right, so... Yeah,
still
that's
trippy
amazing.
to me that you're going like Rialto Theater, and you're like, what, dude?
Have you played the Rialto Theater before? You never have, huh?
Brother, no way. I did. The last one I did was the last time I was in Tucson was I think it's the rock club called like 181 Rock.
Or 191 Tool.
191 Tool. And guess what? That show was only like 150 people showed up. And you idiots, because the show was me and Shane Gillis. Shane Gillis
dude.
Shane Gillis was opening for me. It was the night that Conor McGregor fought Khabib, and we only got like 110 people out, and now it's like, good luck buying that ticket now. Not for me, for Shane. Like, good luck. Like, you were getting a discount back then.
It's funny you mentioned that because the Tucson Arena just announced Shane Gillis in December. So he's doing the arena.
I might have to come back for that. I might have to come back and do
that's in December. You absolutely should. Absolutely should.
I mean, I think I'm on tour. Here's the problem is when things go well enough that you can't jump on other stuff, I think I'm on tour through the end of the year. So I don't think I'll be able to make it unless it's like a day that I'm off, in which case I would fly immediately down to Tucson to do that.
Right. Have you ever, do you ever just kind of come down when you're not working just to kind of visit the old stomping grounds? Got any old friends still here?
I have 1 or 2 old friends. Shout out Chris the Ego. He's still in Tucson.
Yes,
but most of my friends left, and I haven't been back. Tucson's such a hard town to get, like, I do Phoenix a lot. I do stand up live. I'll be there September 5th and September 6th. It's like the last club I'm doing before this tour. But it's so hard to fly across the country, then go down. But I've done it once or twice. I've been trying to come back to Tucson for a while, dude. I've been trying to get back and just finally with this theater tour, they were like, hey, do you want to do the Rialto? And it's like, yeah. Are you kidding me? When they said Rialto, I go, I don't know, man. Can I even do that? And then they're like, because I'm selling good tickets everywhere, but Tucson, I'm still the 19-year-old that got hired at KFMA in my mind.
Right.
Right, yeah.
So I'm like,
You're still doing open mics and laughs in your mind.
Dude, I saw Chappelle there on the Blackzilla tour in 04 at Rialto. So it's crazy for me to be like, yeah, I'll do that. So yeah, I'm just really, really excited. I'm gonna come a day early. I'm gonna go get some rosas. I'm gonna come, like, go to the old stomping grounds, drive around a little bit.
Yeah, and we'll talk about which old stomping grounds as well. And yeah, obviously have to eat. Are you bringing your fiance with you?
Nah, I'm trying to. She might have something that week, but what's really cool about that specific week of touring is the only 2 shows I'm doing are Tucson and Denver, where I grew up. So
yeah,
I'm doing the Paramount Theater in Denver, which I think is already sold out, but I'm like excited to go. It's like, that's like the history tour. I'm doing, like, Tucson, then Colorado. So I'm very excited for that weekend.
yeah, it's going to be a very like reminiscent, nostalgic weekend for you, which is also, scratching off, like, coming back successfully. Like, I'm back and I'm, the man, basically.
Well, I mean, hopefully if the tickets sell.
Tickets will sell.
If not, you go, hey, you guys still need anyone doing overnights at KFMA? I can program Air Force.
Yeah, right.
I still think 4005 is illegal that I could put at the top of the hour.
Well, we did switch programs. We're back here, yes, on Rockland 2.1 KFMA with Dan Soder. Dan Soder is performing at the Rialto Theater on October 3rd. Tickets available at Rialto Theater. And we're just talking about, of course, he's part of this theater run because he's going to be visiting Denver, Colorado, which he grew up, and doing a theater there. And, of course, coming back to Tucson to hit up, all his favorite locations and headline the Rialto Theater, which he was a student and former employee at KFMA. I brought up your fiance in a way. First off, congratulations on getting engaged, but
it's been 3 years.
yeah, well, that's it. It's playing it smart. But I've been a fan of your fiance since 2010, to be honest with you. I interviewed her in 2010 when she was literally on a website. It was like Bro Bible or something like that.
It was not Manscaped. It was Guyism. It was
Guyism. Yeah, where she was doing those videos, right? And so in my show up in Phoenix, I reached out to her and I was like, hey, can I talk to you? And I actually, after I interviewed her, and I was on the LPFM, so I talked to her for like an hour. And afterwards, I'm like, you come on every day, right? Because she was a star. Yeah. And the fact that when you guys got together, engaged, I was like, not only was I super happy for you, but I'm like, that makes sense. That makes sense because yes, not only you both like brilliant and hilarious, good looking people and stuff, but you're passionate about sports as well.
Oh, yeah, she's great. She is phenomenal. She just left to go interview Bubba Wallace, the NASCAR driver. And so it's like, oh, that's cool. Yeah, go do that.
I'm going to go talk to Beef Vegan in Tucson.
Dude, she was so cute about this morning. She was like, dude, you're so excited. And I kept walking around the house going, 40 minutes nonstop new rock. Yeah. Dude, I still got imaging on audio files on my iTunes. It's wild, dude. I loved working at KFMA. It truly set me up for the rest of my life. I'm talking about when I moved to New York City just to do stand-up. I really was like, what am I doing? And then I moved out here, and because of KFMA, I got a job opportunity at Free FM, which became K-Rock again, because they were hiring weekend DJs. And so they were like, do you want to work here on the weekend? And I remember being like, I got paid $10 an hour at KFMA. If they don't give me 13, I ain't doing it. And then they're like, this is New York City. They were like, this is a union. And I was like, oh, I didn't even know you could unionize radio. And they're like, yeah, you're going to make then I made enough money to rent an apartment because I was living on my buddy's couch.
Doing weekends in New York?
Brother.
Oh my God.
AFTRA is a powerful union. They would get us $66 an hour for doing on-air shifts. So then I became the guy that was just like, hey, if no one shows up, I don't know if you remember Crazy Cabby from Howard Stern.
Yeah, absolutely.
He was on the on-air and he just stopped showing up. And they were like, do you want all of Cabby's shifts? And I was doing 12 hours a day just to make enough money to get off my buddy's couch. Just to be like, dude, I can't. And then I moved to Astoria and I lived in that apartment for 17 years.
I love that. But I also love the story of the journey because, you know, a lot of comedians obviously still listen to the show and laughs is still a thing, right? So a lot of people aspire to take that next level. And we're going to talk about that and really what it takes to make that next level. And really, it's going out and putting yourself in a situation. You moved all the way to New York and dove into the deep end to make it as a comedian. And years later, obviously, you have a very successful career and you're going to be headlining the Rialto Theater on October 3rd. RialtoTheater.com to get your tickets for that, by the way. We're going to have more with comedian Dan Soder. You could join us on the podcast broadcast right now, youtube.com/bevegan. Clear. All right. And so, yeah, like that was the leap. You went from U of A in Tucson.
Yeah.
Graduate, right? What was your degree?
Journalism and political science.
Nice. Yeah. Something.
But I knew I didn't want. Here was the deal with the degree. I knew I wanted to do stand-up probably since the time I was like 11. And
of course,
when I started doing it at Laughs my junior year, I just started doing open mics. I immediately was like, oh, this is all I want to do. And my mom was like, hey, as a single mom, can you please just get your degree? And then I feel like I did it.
Yeah, exactly.
And I was like, you know what? That's completely fair. She's like, I don't even give a shit. Oh, sorry. She was like, I don't even care.
You're good,
she's like, I don't even care what your GPA is. Just please graduate. And then I graduated and she was like, great, do whatever you want. And I was like, I'm going to go do stand up. And she was like, I'm proud of you. Go do that. So I stayed in Tucson for a year working at KFMA and Bed Bath & Beyond. Shout out the Bed Bath & Beyond up in the foothills.
They closed it
it's
down.
Closed,
yeah.
All right. Well, you were just a memory.
Rest in peace. yeah.
Rest in peace. Shout out store number 82, I believe. You were store Bed Bath & Beyond at store 82. Thank you for letting me
number one in your heart. Yeah.
Yeah, you were store number one in my heart. But thank you for letting me steal all those loofahs. I had an abundance of loofahs. I still have my original memory foam pillow that I ganked from that Bed Bath & Beyond. So,
really?
Yeah, I just had. I don't know why I have it. I think it's my dog's pillow now. But
it's gotta have a lifetime of memories at this point.
Yeah. But it really was like once I graduated U of A, I lived in Tucson for a year, just doing KFMA stand up and working at Bed Bath & Beyond, and then moving out here. And then it was like, it was crazy, man. Going from Tucson to New York is a whiplash.
Yeah,
in the best kind of way.
Oh, yeah, completely different speed. Right?
Yes and no. I would say you're not wrong. Like it is great. There are things, but like prices, you're like, dude, what? I was paying like $2 a beer, then I move out here, and they're like, yeah, it's like $9 for a Corona, and you're like, what the hell are you doing?
Right now, it's 19. Right, it's
know,
gotta be outrageous.
I had to quit. I quit drinking 12 years ago because I just want to deal with the prices.
Yeah,
but yeah, man, it was one of those things, man, where KFMA was such a fun. I'm so bummed you guys don't have KFMA Day. I really hope they bring that back.
Yeah,
I really, because the Pima County Fairgrounds, dude, it was awesome to go out there.
And you were out at one of the. I remember you were out at. I think it was the Metallica one. You came out for that one specifically, right?
I came. Yeah. Me and Vic Garcia, who used to work at KFMA, Vic Aleutian.
Yeah.
Yes.
We were both living in. We were roommates in New York. Right. And Matt Spry, shout out, RIP. He was the one he was the program director, and he called me and he's like, "Scared Dan, we got Metallica." And I was like, "Come on!" And he was like, "You come back, you still got KFMA privileges." And I was like, yeah, I had no money, dude.
Yeah,
I was so broke that Vic bought my plane ticket because he had a job.
Yeah,
and we stayed at a hotel by the airport in a split room, and I think I slept on the floor. But man, it was awesome. That was awesome.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The biggest one to date, and the biggest one ever.
It was crazy. Yeah. I mean, my favorite one personally was like, I would probably say the KFMA Day with the Offspring, because that was my second year there, and I didn't have to go in studio to board op during the headliner.
You were able to enjoy it.
Exactly.
Yeah. We all know that one.
I was also 20 years old and got too drunk and missed the stager.
Oh yeah.
And Libby and Matt Spry were like, "Where the hell were you?" And I was like, "Rah!" I just came back around the corner. I was like, "I don't know. I love this." And then I had to, go have a meeting with them on Monday.
A meeting, yeah. We always had those meetings afterwards. So we're not going to name the person who did this.
Exactly.
But
some of you need to realize that you are employees and you can't be getting blackout drunk.
And then they get blackout drunk in the RV later in the day, and you're like, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's like, now you're the reason why we check your backpacks before you go backstage.
Dude,
yeah.
it was wild. And
I know.
I always loved when they did fall ball at Tucson Electric Park. That was always really cool. Because it was just like, I think the perfect venue for a KFMA concert.
Yeah, and we were so close to getting the fall ball back again. And a shout out to Phenomenal Concerts. We're working on it, right, for something. But yeah, the prices of these bands is really what it is now. And before, back in the day, the labels would,
it was all the labels would pay it for promo and all this stuff. And I tell people all the time, especially if you're going to buy tickets to see me at the Rialto, go through either the Rialto.com or go through dansoder.com. Do not Google it. Do not go through these third websites. These people are making live shows a nightmare because they're buying up tickets and then they're making people pay. Like, people will DM me and they'll be like, sorry, bro, I love you, but $300 a ticket. And you're like, no.
Yeah.
It shouldn't
like,
be
who
over.
do you think you are?
I go out of my way to tell promoters I won't do it if it's over $60. Like, I don't want any ticket over $60. That's like unfair for how hard, it's hard out there right now. I ain't trying to have people pay. So I can understand that getting fall ball or something like that together is very difficult.
Yeah, it is. It's insane. And it's not the venue and anything else. It's just the power is not within the record labels anymore. It's all within the booking agent. Yeah. And and a lot of it's the Coachella model or the festival models. They've inflated the cost so much where if they were on tour, you know how it is. Like, when you do a one-off, you're getting paid bank, right? But if you're on tour, you're going to get paid what the house draws.
Yeah, and it really is like it from artist perspective, I understand the guarantee versus the, well, what if we don't sell well in the venue? But you also have to go like, well, dude, you got to make it affordable. Like, these people are making it affordable. And by the way, a lot of the times it's not even the bands that are making the money. It's this dick promoter that's like, or this company that's just taking it so their CEO can get a Christmas bonus of $40 million.
Right. Yeah, I know.
Well, hopefully Kid Rock and Trump are going to solve it.
They are.
They're working on it.
Yeah.
No Bud Light anywhere except Kid Rock's restaurant, except the place he directly makes money off it.
You working on any new impressions lately? Because you obviously have a couple good ones. Not that you're an impressionist, right? But is there someone that sticks out to you? You're like, and you just found yourself kind of mimicking them and like, oh my God, I got this. If
there's anyone new. I've been really trying to hone in the Sam Elliott, but I feel like if there's anyone new, no, I don't know. I'm gonna figure it out. I don't know. It always happens where I just like start watching a guy talk and I go, I think I can do that. I think I'm in that range.
Right.
But I don't have anybody new. There's no one new and brand new there. I'm like, oh, I can do this guy pretty. Because when it clicks, you just go like, I want to do this everywhere.
Right? Yeah.
That's why I feel bad. I always tell Katie, I feel so bad that she's engaged to a guy that likes to do voices.
Yeah, was there a voice where she's like, can you please cut that out?
Like, stop doing that. But I told her it's better than like being in love with a singer. And like me just walking around the house being like, and she'd be like, shut the hell up.
Yeah, facts, dude.
At least she thinks it's just Rodney Dangerfield taking a shower.
Yeah.
So you probably also you probably also get those like the tone and all that stuff with like the people you're impersonating, like I try to do the same because I get into that same mindset. But I'm like really bad at it.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I'm walking around doing like Morgan Freeman and my wife's like, what are you?
That's one I wouldn't mind getting down. I wouldn't mind getting down a good Morgan Freeman, but it is, you have to find the sentence that works to sound like them, and then you build off it.
Right. But I also find myself like doing the body motions and the movements.
Oh,
yeah.
And like I can't do Macho Man unless I do a little finger.
Yeah. And I can't do like De Niro unless I. Yeah.
You know what's crazy? This is a KFMA story. I came in to get my paycheck one day and I walked in off the parking lot, and the production studio row, there's like 3 production studio things. So I go in the office of Matt Spry, and there's like mailboxes in there, and I get my check, and he's like, you should go into production studio 1. And I was like, why? And he's like, just just go in there. I forget who was. I think it was Chris was doing production, and I was like, okay, because they would use me on like weekend stuff, or I'd do voices for like the promos.
Yeah.
And so I opened that heavy door, and I just hear like, "You're listening to 92.1 and 101.3 KFMA," and I was like, "Whoever's doing a Macho Man's incredible." And I opened it, and it was Macho Man. He was there promoting his rap album.
Yes.
He was there promoting this.
That's when I met him. Yeah, that's when I met him as well at a club appearance up in Phoenix.
Yeah.
But he was everywhere promoting that album, man. Yeah, so you got to meet Macho and stuff. Was he cool with you too?
He was really nice. Dude, he took his glasses off and made eye contact with me. And that is a haunting moment I've kept in my mind because I was like, your eyes are so deep into your head. It
burns in my soul.
I was like, why? He's so intense. And I remember how tan he was. I was just like, this guy's so tan. He's like an alligator. He's got like alligator skin. But it was really cool. It was like one of the coolest moments of like being surprised walking into the studio of like, oh, whoa, that's awesome.
It's so funny that you have the vinyl of Macho Man's "Be a Man" just sitting next to you.
Arm's length.
Is it opened? Have you listened to it on vinyl? Does it sound better on vinyl?
It was a gift from a fan.
Mm-hmm.
When I did their podcast in Alabama, and I just am like, I haven't got it framed yet. I want it framed, and I'm gonna put it up on my wall because of the rules. But it's just sitting here, and I just stare at it. And you brought that up. I was like, oh, yeah, I got that vinyl.
I got it right here. Yeah, Rockwood 2.1. We're speaking with comedian Dan Soder, who's performing at the Rialto Theater on October 3rd. Tickets available at therialto.com or dansoder.com. And you want to make sure you get your tickets there and not by Googling it through third-party sites because they'll get you. They'll rip you out every single time. Speaking of professional wrestling, obviously, I know. Let's mark out for a second. Yeah. I know that you grew up a Hulkamaniac as well. And, of course, we lost the legend in Hulk Hogan recently.
Yeah, God dropped the leg on him.
Yeah, but have you been seeing any of the stuff that like Brooke Hogan's been saying? Brooke Hogan's been going through a tough time, but now she's she's crying foul on this whole thing.
She's saying I haven't seen that at all. She's saying that there might have been something messed up because if you remember how it went down, I think Jimmy Hart randomly was like, Hulk's not doing well, and then he was just dead.
Yes. Yeah. Well, and Bubba the Love Sponge was like throwing it out there and stuff, and then they tried to like walk it back and be like, no, he's doing fine. I think Brooke is putting a lot of blame on Hulk Hogan's third wife.
Yeah, and she's like related to Scientology, if that's correct.
Yes. So this is a conspiracy that's starting to kind of like
this thing goes all the way to the top.
We're gonna
to Tom Cruise.
Hold the sweater.
No, what people don't know is Andre the Giant never died. He's just the head of Scientology. And he's like, Hulk Hogan, I finally have you. I got you. I'm the head of Scientology. My thinking level is clear. That's what it is, dude. You got to follow.
It might be. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That would suck. That would really suck if you found out Hulk Hogan was murdered because he went out on such a thud, dude. I mean, listen, Hulk Hogan, the character, I grew up loving. Terry Bollea, the dude, seemed like a real piece of trash. He seemed like a real, and I'm not talking, I mean, obviously the racist stuff, but I'm talking about, I'm mad that he busted up the union when you find out about that. Because I love wrestling, and these guys are guys, and they're not even allowed to get health insurance. And it's like, it's tough. I don't know.
Because he was at the top. So, and it was
the motto is, love Hogan as a child, and then you love Savage as an adult because you realize he did it the right way. He put people over. When he left wrestling, he actually left wrestling. He died peacefully in love. It's like R.I.P. Macho Man Randy Savage.
Absolutely. Now, considering, with your career and WWE's always kind of like hiring writers in the entertainment industry, have they ever offered you? Have you ever reached out to your agent?
My writing partner wrote there for a little bit, and we have a show right now. Me and my writing partner wrote a cartoon with Stone Cold Steve Austin, and we had to work with the WWE, and that led to my friend who also had connections, my buddy Dan St. Germain, who's a fantastic comedian. He got hired by the WWE, and no thanks.
Yeah.
And every comedian,
everything was like no.
No, every comedian I've ever known that's worked there has worked there for at least a year and then gone like, I'm good, dude. I'm good.
Right,
When
right.
he got hired, was it Vince McMahon time? When he got
No.
hired
This
on?
was Triple H. He was hired during the Triple H era. And it just, I don't think, I think if you're going to be a writer on the WWE, you have to like really commit and live in Connecticut and like not do anything but that and be a part of their system and how they do stuff. And I don't think stand-up comics, Patrice O'Neal got hired by the WWE to write, and it didn't work out because it's Patrice, and he was like,
yeah,
I don't want to listen to you guys. He's like, I don't know, I got ideas. If you're not listening, I can just go do stand-up where all of my ideas I can use. So it just became a thing of, but I keep the WWE as like I like being a fan because I like having something that I can, like NFL and pro wrestling, I can just watch and just enjoy and not have to be like, oh, I've got a project coming up that I've got to work with this or that. It's like, I don't want to do that. I want stuff where when I get off the road, I can unplug and enjoy.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, speaking of NFL, I find it fascinating that your childhood friends, is true with the head coach of the Dolphins, Mike McDaniel.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude.
And Mike's evolution since when he became the head coach of, it's been pointed out by the internet. It's wildly there. Like his style, he went from 0 to Miami, seemingly overnight.
Here's the thing that the internet's missing.
Okay.
My boy's had style his entire life. When we met in 7th grade, he was the first kid I knew with the Ken Griffey Juniors.
Really?
Like, his mom he had a single mom. She got married and then they moved to Aurora. That's when we became friends. Donna had style. Don't sleep on Mike's mom, dude. She had style, and Mike was always very stylish. He dressed it down when he was an assistant coach, and then once he became a head coach, he's like, I'm about to peacock.
Yeah, dude.
So, but it's crazy. In fact, you know what's nuts? I was in the KFMA parking lot when McDaniel was working for the Houston Texans. He was a quality control coach, and he called me. They had the #1 pick in the draft. It was the year where Vince Young beat Matt Leinart in the national championship. Okay. Texas beat, and Reggie Bush, Vince Young, Jay Cutler, all these guys were coming out of the draft. I was smoking a cigarette in the KFMA parking lot on my flip phone, on my Razor phone with McDaniel. And we were sitting, my buddy Chad was with me, and he was like, we were like, who are you drafting? And he was like, Mario Williams from North Carolina State. And we were like, what? Why wouldn't you draft Reggie Bush or something? And he's like, Kubiak wants Mario Williams. And I remember going into KFMA and telling Matt Spry, like, Houston Texans are going to take Mario Williams. And he's like, how do you have that on a source? And I was like,
that's so great.
I was like, my middle school best friend called me and told me that. And then just, that was like 20 years ago.
Yeah, you're hitting them with leaks and stuff, and you have a source. Yeah, you're inside. It
was sick. And McDaniel, when I grew up a huge 49ers fan, even though I grew up in Colorado, because my dad and his whole family is from the Bay Area. So I grew up a huge Niners fan. And when he became the offensive coordinator of the 49ers, he would text me what first play they were going to run, if it was going to be a run or a pass, and who it was going to be to. So
while you're watching the game,
like on our drive to the game, me and my buddy Chad, who also was his lifelong friend, we'd go to games, and he would call us, right, like before he went on the field, and we'd be in our like car or whatever, and you'd pick up the call and he'd be like, all right, it's a run going to Breida on the left side, it's going to be like a left sweep. And we would like watch, and then we'd be in something, we would go to the games, we'd be in the crowd, and we'd go like, left side sweep to Breida, and then they run it, and everyone would be like, how the hell did you know that? And you're like, just guessed it. Just no ball, dude. We just know ball.
Dude. I'm sorry, you guys, is this your first football game?
I'm sorry, it's 11 on 11. Learn it.
We're hanging out with comedian Dan Soder. Of course, Dan is headlining at the Rialto Theater on October 3rd. You can get your tickets today, dansoder.com, rialtotheater.com. Join us on the podcast broadcast. We're going to wrap things up with Dan after music from Lincoln Park on Rock 102.1 KFMA.
Yeah, dude. Great sell. God, that was a great sell. I wish I could have heard you hit that post.
I hit that post so hard. Yeah.
I know I just knew you were swimming in it.
I know.
15-second intro.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I get it.
Man. I itch for it sometimes, dude.
Dan, when you come in, and then the 3rd is, what is it, a Thursday?
It's a Friday.
It's a Friday.
Oh, no, the 3rd is a Thursday. Yeah, I'm coming in on the 3rd.
Yeah, okay. Open invitation. You want to come in and do a takeover in the afternoon?
My
And they will probably pay you that wage that you asked for before.
$10 an hour. Oh my god, dude!
No New York wages. No New York wages.
I know they went corporate, but EG's on me, dude. Everyone's eating crinkle fries.
Yep.
I think I'm very excited late night, and I know this is going to sound gross to Tucson locals.
Yeah,
I am very excited after the show to get stoned and go get a Los Betos breakfast burrito.
That's not gross. That's not frowned upon.
And dump ranch on it.
That's fucking gross.
No, it's not.
That's some college stuff right there.
That was what I lived off that. I'd get blackout drunk at Golden Nugget on Broadway.
Golden Nugget. Oof.
Yeah.
Go play some shuffleboard. Is it still there?
Yeah, they remodeled it though. It's more of like a meat market type deal. So
no,
very
really?
different.
Yeah.
Man. No, dude, my favorite was
nightclub.
My favorite was Golden Nugget, and they had 3 bartenders. 2 of them looked like Vikings, and one of them was this beautiful blonde girl. And I always was in love with her. And I would get drunk, and I'd be like, "I want to marry you," and she'd be like, "You're very drunk," and I'd be like, "I'm gonna get out of this town and make something of myself, and I'm gonna save you." And she'd be like, "Go home." I'm drunk. Now I'm coming back and being like, "I'm sorry, I'm engaged. I can't save you."
Yeah, that's right. Don't save him.
Changed.
Yeah, she's not still there. I don't think. Yeah, so.
But I love that, man. Yeah, that was my favorite place to go. Everyone wanted. All the college kids wanted to go to Gentle Ben's and Dirtbags. I was like, let's go drink at the Nugget with real people.
Yeah. Which Gentle Ben's and Nuggets and Dirtbags still a staple at U of A. So some things haven't changed for sure. So you're going to see that.
The clientele. The clientele.
More prostitutes, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, prostitutes.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I always liked going to when I was at U of A, I didn't like going. I would go to the college bars because I was lonely, but I didn't like going to them. I always preferred going to a place like the Golden Nugget or a place where I could actually do some
more
work.
Comfortable. Yeah.
Get some drinking in.
Yeah.
Get some strong drinks, some strong cheap drinks. Yeah.
Get it rolling.
Yeah. So you lived here, what, 5 years total?
Yeah, I lived there 01 to 06.
Right.
I moved at the end of 06. That's when I
left. Once it's all said and done, what's your idea? I mean, where are you located now? New York?
Yeah, I'm still in New York City.
And so are you going to be a New Yorker for life now?
Yeah, I love it. I love it. I like the way the city moves. I like the access. Everything you need is here. You know what I mean? And, I think we'll probably move to the burbs, either north of the city or in Jersey. But I'm always going to keep New York as the hub.
Yeah, and be East Coast, which is, interesting because obviously you kind of grew up in Denver in the Bay Area, right?
Yeah.
As a West Coast kid, and you still represent that well. So, I mean, as far as you would never see yourself in San Francisco just because it's not entertainment.
Dude, if I had money and I could retire, and
Yeah.
San Francisco cleaned up its act, like if they made the city affordable again for regular people, and if the tech bros, if they purged the tech bros and San Francisco became a regular city again, I would heavily consider living there. Problem is the wife is from Boston, so it's very convenient being East Coast. So we kind of like being by family. If we're going to be by somebody, it might as well be by some family. So.
Yeah, no, that's good. And happy wife, happy life. What sports rivalry do you have between the two of you? Because she's diehard Boston. So which one are you guys grudge on?
She is usually. What's great about it is our sports fandom doesn't really bump up against each other. Because I'm a San Francisco Giants. She's a Red Sox fan. I'm a Niners. She's a Patriots. The only time it almost happened is when Brady, when he left the Patriots, he was rumored to go to the 49ers, and she was like, that would have been a problem for us.
Yeah, he wouldn't be together. You're right. Yeah. So, I mean, honestly.
Well, I'm glad he went to Tampa Bay then, because that would have sucked.
Yeah.
What's great about it is because we don't have any really clashes. She supports the Niners. I go, she's a huge, I wasn't a hockey guy. I never was a hockey guy growing up. And their family, East Coast, is huge into hockey. And I got past couple of years, I really got into the Boston Bruins. So we do have, and that's her number one team. So that's what's great is I'm like, I didn't care about anybody in the NHL. So I'm like, go Bruins. And then that makes it great. And then she doubles down hard for the Niners.
Nice. Yeah.
She doesn't support the Dolphins. She supports Mike McDaniel. But she will not support the Dolphins. She's like,
that's how much. Yeah, that's how hardcore she is when it comes to her fandom, which you got to
She's like-
respect. But you're like, we've had dinner with the coach, you know.
Oh
we're
no,
like,
we're friends with his wife. We vacation with. We're close with them, and
Yeah.
we're at their house. We go to Dolphins games, and we're at their house like a day before or something, and we're like chilling at their house. And McDaniel's wife, her name's Katie too. She was like, "Hey, tomorrow at the game, it's a whiteout. So, you guys need some Dolphin stuff to wear, like a Dolphin shirt. I can get you Dolphin stuff." And she looks at Katie and she goes, "Do you need a Dolphins shirt?" And Katie goes, "Do I have to?" And she goes, "No." And then she goes like, "Then absolutely not. Go Patriots." She's like, "I don't want." She's like, "I don't want any of that. I don't want to wear Dolphins stuff." And you're like,
That's
"Yeah,
so
I get
great.
it."
She's like, I like you as a person, but no, yeah, I'll never.
Which is funny because when McDaniel was leaving the 49ers, he called me and he was like, "Hey, dude, I just want to let you know, I know this is like serendipitous that I ended up becoming a 49ers coach, but I'm going to leave and I'm going to go be a head coach." And I was like, "Dude, I love you. You gave me, 5 or 6 seasons with the Niners. That's unbelievable. Great." And I hang up the phone and Katie's in the kitchen and I go, "I think McDaniel's going to go try to be a head coach." And she goes, "Great, as long as it's anywhere but the AFC East." And then like 2 weeks later, I was like, "He's with the Dolphins." And she was like, "What?" And you're like, "Are you mad? I feel like you're mad."
That's so great, though. And what a great story for him, too. It's been fascinating to see because obviously, the Dolphins were struggling, too. And then he was so young, and he still is, for a head coach position.
He's 40,
and
42.
someone... Yeah, and not be a player as well, but just brilliant. Did he always have that mindset?
Yeah.
This is your interview, but like, tell me all about Mike. I'm like, because that's
I love it.
fascinating too, dude.
No,
Yeah.
I love it, dude. What's very interesting is I think, ESPN wrote this dog crap. I want to cuss so bad, but I keep
Yo, cuss. We're on the stream. Well, we got 55 seconds, so get it out.
They
there.
wrote this. ESPN wrote this dog shit article that they reached out to me and Chad, the friend that McDaniel grew up with, and he was interviewing me about McDaniel. And at one point I went, "Hey, just don't do this thing in the article where you act like we were both nerdy 8th graders and we went, one day you're going to be a head coach and one day I'm going to be a comedian." Like, don't do that, because that's not how it happened. We were both just supportive of each other being weirdos. And he was like, this guy Ryan Hawkinsmith or whatever, he was like, "I won't do that. And he did that. So on site with my boy, when I see him, I'm going to fucking swing on the dude that wrote that article. But because he wrote it really corny and he kind of took our story and made it sound like shit. So the truth is, McDaniel was obsessed with football and I was obsessed with comedy. So Saturday nights at his house, we would stay up late to watch SNL. And then in the morning, we would wake up to watch NFL Game Day all day. So it was like, we're going to bed at 2 a.m., but we're waking up at 7:30 a.m. so he can catch Berman and Tom Jackson and all them breaking down the NFL. So he was always obsessed with the NFL and really knew football, like really, really knew football better than anyone I knew. And we played high school football together. I sucked. He was undersized. And it just became a thing where he played wide receiver at Yale. And then he took this like course on how to be a coach. And he was like, "I think I'm going to be a coach." And all of us that knew him were like, "Yeah, that's the way to go. You know that. You're going to do
right."
that.
Yeah, that's amazing, and it's so rare that you see like best friends that kind of grow up and both chase their individual dreams in 2 different industries, and reach levels that are aspired by millions who all have similar dreams. It's not an easy feat whatsoever.
Well, I think what really helped is like you look to your side and you see your buddy doing it, and you see him going through kind of hard stuff, and you go. But when we would talk, it would always be like, "Isn't it crazy we're doing this?" It was never like, "We're gonna be this." It was always like, "This is awesome." Dude, I felt that way when I worked at KFMA. I was blown away that I was like, I remember getting my oil changed at like a Jiffy Lube, and this guy was like, "You sound I had like no money. And I was like, he was like, "You sound just like Scared Dan." And I was like, "Oh, dude, I am Scared Dan." And he was like, "Oh, that's awesome." And I didn't have enough money to pay for the oil change. And I was like, "Hey, I'm kind of tight on money." And he's like, "Dude, I'm a fan." And I was like, "You know what? I had a signed KFMA Day poster with Billy Idol, Sum 41, and all them."
Ooh,
and I
got
just
around here. Yeah.
I took it out of my car and just gave it to him. And he was like, "Free oil change." And I was like, "Woo!"
The perks of it. Yes.
I was like, "Dude, that was awesome. I'll do that all day."
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing. Well, it's been one accomplishment after another for you. When you released your YouTube special here on the road, were you surprised that it basically it's triple platinum? It's over 3.5 million views. And this is from like word of mouth and basically retention and being boosted. Did you sign a deal with YouTube? Did you do this independently?
Yeah,
You're just like, yeah.
Listen, man, everything I had before was tied in with corporations, my Comedy Central half hour, my Comedy Central hour, which I think I was too young to do. And then Netflix screwed me over with my half hour. They took a show that I didn't want to use. We did 2 shows. They took the one I didn't like. They edited it like shit. I'm sorry if we're back on air. Dump.
Yeah, we are. That's right. I hit the dump.
Nice. I know where that dump button is, right on that board, baby.
Yeah.
But I didn't like the way Netflix did my half hour. And then I was really lucky to be one of the last old school HBO specials. When I got that HBO special in 2019, I was like, oh, this is it. Like, and I did see, it was before COVID. It was like, it did the thing. It like, I was about to do theaters and then COVID hit and I was like, guess I'm not doing theaters.
Right.
And I didn't have a large online presence between doing the bonfire on Sirius XM and just doing billions and stuff. I was kind of in this like corporate world. And then when I left Bonfire and I was just doing stand-up and I was loving it, my agent was like, you should just record this hour. And so we recorded it at Portland Helium and they were like, HBO wanted to see it, but I had no intention of giving them anything. Because when you work with a corporation, they get final say and they own it. And I just didn't like that. And so I just was like, you know what, man? Let's just put it out like a mixtape. Let's just put it out on my YouTube and see where it's going. And
yeah, like the streets. Give it to streets. Yeah.
And it did what it wanted it to do. People saw it. People who didn't know me saw it. People that probably maybe didn't give me like a second chance or something saw it. And I was proud of the 40 minutes or whatever. We cut it from an hour to 40, but I was just proud of it. And I was like, yeah, this is great. And then that's helped me on this tour. And now I think I have an hour that, it's better than on the road. It's my best hour. And I'm very excited about it. And, we're probably going to tape it at the end of this tour. But I'm really excited about this hour. And I'm really excited to do places like the Rialto and, Paramount Theater and the Moore Theater in Seattle, where I get to see Greg Rampage USA. Shout out Greg Rampage USA.
Yes. In Seattle. At the end,
yeah. I mean, he's the reason I learned everything at KFMA. He was my Obi-Wan at KFMA, and I love him. I love Greg Rampage so much, so I'm excited to see him in Seattle.
Yeah. Well, and that just kind of brings it back to the beginning of this conversation. We're talking about peak Dan Soder. You are literally, a master of your craft, and seeing it evolve over the years has been fascinating to see. I'm not surprised by any of this success, independently and it growing on there, because even though you may say, or may have thought like, hey, I'm not out there on the internet too much. You've been very much, a fixture of the, comedy and pop culture over the past 15, 20 years online. So we've kind of grown together in that aspect. When you release the special independently on YouTube, you get to monetize that. Did you make some Mr. Beast money off that?
No, not at all. I think I maybe made enough money to pay my editor. I think that was I think, we didn't do heavy ads. I told them no ads, which we did talk to YouTube about, because I think if you have a subscription or something to YouTube, you're probably only going to see one ad. If you're just watching it on your phone on like a thing, I hate when you go on YouTube and it's just ad loaded. So I didn't do this for money. I just did this to be like, hey, come check me out on the road. I think my stand-up's getting better. And I just wanted people to see it. So I literally think I made enough money to pay my editor. I'm not joking when I say that.
Wow.
I think it was like, because I didn't care about taking it,
Yeah, but with the success here and, you move into bigger rooms, doing theater runs and stuff, are you getting offers for your next special to be on something like a Netflix or something like that? Are you in the works or talks of that?
I'm going to tell, I love that I'm able to speak about this freely on KFMA. Everything's broken. The networks are broken. They're chasing people with Instagram followers. I've been doing comedy for 21 years now, and it always was, if you had a good hour, you would give it to an HBO or a Netflix, and they would give you an audience, and then you would grow. And now how it works is they're like, no, bring everything. Bring the product and the audience, and maybe we'll put it on Netflix. I would like to put this hour on Netflix. what's great about putting out On the Road on a mixtape and knowing what the heat that I got on YouTube, I kind of go, well, it better be a good deal or I'm not going to take it. And Netflix isn't offering people in my range good deals. They're offering like Shane and, Tim Dillon and like a lot of my friends who are doing fantastic. Nate Bargatze, they're giving them deals. But guys at my level that are, doing theaters, I'm doing fine. I'm not acting like I'm doing fine. But they're not, they're broken. They don't really know what they're doing right now. So I'm interested to see what the kind of offer I get. And if they don't get an offer, honestly, I don't think I would be insulted. I would just kind of be like, well, you guys are idiots. About myself. Creative freedom is very, very important. And a lot of people lack that. And I would rather take less money and have complete creative freedom than listen to notes of a guy that got a communication degree from Arizona State and doesn't know his, what the hell he's talking about. He just worked at Netflix and worked his way up. And he's like, well, I think this should be this. And you're like, shut up. You don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Yeah, and it's very similar to the music industry, which we'll talk about as we wrap things up with Dan Soder here on the podcast broadcast. Dan, I appreciate all the time. Now we get to hang out and talk all this stuff. It's been wildly fascinating. I'm super happy about your career, the success that you had professionally and personally, and we look forward to your show on October 3rd at the Rialto Theater. Again, dansoder.com or rialtotheater.com. Get those tickets today before they sell out. And again, get them directly so you don't have to pay through the third-party sites and get ripped off. But if you want to buy them from me, I got a couple for like $5.
Yeah, get that money, Beef Vegan. Also, start the hashtag bring back KFMA Day.
Yes. Trust me. Every time I post something on social media, somebody mentions it. So I don't know if you need to start that.
And all the Bonfire fans that used to listen, we had a running gig where I'd go KFMA Day and Big J would go, that's not a real thing. And it is a real thing. And we need to bring it back to show people it was a real thing.
Yes, absolutely. All right, so and it's funny that you say before because I know you got things to do, but it just we're talking about these streaming networks and HBO and stuff is so similar to the music industry right now. We're literally like, and I have friends who, of course, were signed to major labels who are just like, fuck you guys, I'm out because you're making me do everything. They're like, and the labels are like, go do another TikTok, go market yourself, and then record yourself and do this, do that, and then we'll just take some money.
Exactly.
Bring it.
And then it's just going to make you look good. Like obviously, when there's guys that are bona fide superstars, like my buddy Shane, you know what I mean? Like they're going to Shane and they're going like, well, he got tires bought on Netflix because of his special. They bought his special and then he was like, look at my show Tires. And now it's unbelievable. They just finished the second season. They're going to do a third. And it's really something I can tell you that has not changed in the industry is they don't believe it until they see it. And then they act like they knew the whole time. That's how every single corporation works. They go, I don't know, it could be a real big risk. And then it works and they go, we knew it was going to be successful. We look forward to doing business with Dan in the future. And you're just kind of like, nah. So to me, I kind of have this, we're on the podcast, right? In case I want to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I kind of have this just like, get the fuck out of my way energy. Like, I don't give a shit if your name is attached to it. I'm making a good thing that I believe in. I would rather take less money and just give it to the people because also people are hard up right now. I'm not trying to milk. I don't have merch. I don't have posters. I don't have a Patreon. I don't believe in that. If you support me, I'm going to try to make it as easy on your pocketbook as possible. Trust me.
Absolutely.
And I am excited to do these big venues. I understand the cost is a little higher, but honestly, I'm not doing meet and greets. I'm not doing any of that shit. Like if you catch me outside smoking a joint, say what's up, take a picture. I'm going to hang out with you. But like, the lead singer of 1972, what's his name?
Matt?
Healy. Patrick
Healy.
Matt
Healy. Yes.
Yeah, Healy. He has this great interview where he's like, yeah, if you do a meet and greet, it's gross. He's like, because you're just meeting your fans. They might as well just walk up and give you $100 and then go like, hey, nice to meet you. And I don't ever want to do that. I just like having fans that it's like, listen, my energy has always been the guy that's outside in the parking lot smoking a cigarette. And if you want to come bitch, I'm out there. And like, that's what I was at KFMA. Like, that's what I was the rest of my, like, if you would have caught me during the first 20 minutes of Loveline at 10 p.m. at AZ Lotus, I'm outside ripping a Camel Light, listening to the raccoons crawl around in the garbage. You know what I mean? Like but that's the energy I have on stage. That's the energy I have in my regular life. Patrick Healy, that's what it is. Yeah. So it is just like, I feel like there's a lot of greed in entertainment right now, but there's also a lot of great artists that aren't greedy. And, you know, I think that's the kind of group that I want to be a part of, is like people that genuinely appreciate people coming out to see them.
Yeah, well, and I think that you build that kind of organic like fan base of support that, then you have the freedom to just say, I'll do whatever I want because they're riding with me. And, and I don't need the world, the people that are riding with me are enough.
Man, look at that. I got a tag team championship belt right up there on my library. You know what I mean? I got all these cards, Go Arizona Wildcat hat right there. You know what I mean? Like, I got a PlayStation 5. I'm good, baby. I got a PlayStation 5 and a half ounce of some gas. So I'm good, dude. I don't need anything else. You know what I mean? I don't need a Benz or anything.
Yeah. The final question before we wrap things up. Then, are you planning on getting married before GTA 6?
Dude, that's the race. That's the race. Who's gonna come out first, GTA 6 or the Soders? Am I gonna make Katie Nolan a Soder, or is GTA 6 gonna come out?
You do it now before because she might not agree to marry you after GTA 6 comes out.
Yeah, she goes, I've been playing and I've been talking to guys online, and you're like, no. But hopefully we win. I think the Soders win that one.
Yeah, good. All right. Well, good luck on that. And congratulations on all that. And the offer does stand. When you come to Tucson, if you want to,
dude, I might hit you up. Honestly, the flight, I don't know what the flight to Phoenix, I think I have to fly New York to Phoenix to Tucson. I'm going to see how I can get there. But dude, I'm not going to lie, even just coming by AZ Lotus and saying what's up, and like all the places I used to climb on the roof and smoke weed, and like all of that place, like even in, I just want to see where your guys' studio's at. It's just I have such a deep love for KFMA, because it truly was, and I mean this, the first job that I loved, that I had so many ass jobs, like, and then just being able to go to KFMA, get a free promo CD in the office, and then just like hang out. And just, I loved programming the hours and putting in ramps and cold stops. And like, I loved doing production. I loved learning all of that. I got to do a lot of voices because of the production. Shout out Corey Cruz. I don't know if he's still there, but he had the coolest voice in the world when he'd do commercials. He
got let go during COVID, but he's the voice of God. I love Corey.
Corey Cruz.
I sent you an invite.
We would have just deep voice conversations, like, bro, like two foghorns going at each other.
Best voice.
I truly loved KFMA, and it was very hard for me to leave KFMA. But man, I love that I'm coming back, and it's surreal. I'm doing the Rialto, and I'm just I hope Tucson comes out, because I think this is a great hour. I'm bringing some really funny friends with me, and it's going to be a good show.
They will, and we are here in full support. So we're going to make sure that there isn't a day that goes by that they don't know that you're coming back home to do this show at the Rialto Theater. So we got lots of things I'll be able to clip. Okay, no, I don't. I want it on your cell phone. The invite on your cell phone. I want to show you the studio real quick. I sent this invite to Kendall at the end, just so you could see all these KFMA Day posters that we have around, because we have all the past KFMA days.
Oh, sick.
Yeah. All right. So just get the invite there on your phone, and then you have a handheld camera there, Miss Kendall.
Oh yeah, dude.
It's K-Dog. Yeah. So
thanks, K-Dog.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to go. So I'm using the to form, not the VU form.
Yeah. Did you get it in there? You figure it out?
Oh, it just happened for a second.
Okay, there it is. All right.
I want to see this studio. I'm so curious. Do you
still have the hoop? Show him around.
All right.
Not your face. Turn it around so you can see.
Now you can keep it on your face.
I'm a boomer. This is
yeah.
I mean, she's super cute. Yeah.
So I see the studio.
Where do I flip?
Just turn the phone around. We'll tell you.
Wait a minute.
And go sideways.
Wait, did I do it?
I'm just gonna start doing this.
Not still your face, but you're all right.
Turn the phone sideways too.
Oh, you guys are still in the studio. Wait, where?
Yeah, this is a studio, right?
Was the window behind you? Was there a window behind you under that poster that looked out in the parking lot?
Yeah, so I'll show you. Go ahead and turn around. No, that window doesn't go. It's a prod window. So essentially, this was like almost like a production studio. Turn it around. Turn the phone around there, Kendall.
Okay.
see that window that's behind you right there. There's
Where does that
little
go?
studio. It's another little studio. So
that
when you
used to be what's it called? The ESPN.
Oh,
it still is
Deportes.
ESPN.
Yeah, Deportes.
ESPN Deportes. Yeah, that was dude, that was 102.1 Lo Caliente.
Yeah,
Hola,
go
hola, Lo Caliente. Yeah, dude.
Ken will go up on one of those KFMA Day posters.
Oh,
So,
dude, look at the one right there. See the one to the right of the speaker, the red and blue one with All American Rejects, and go to your right. The Offspring was the one that I
go to
missed.
the right.
Oh, that's 2012. Go to your right. There's Social D.
That's your
By the
left.
way, shout out that Fall Ball Social Distortion. I was so drunk, I walked up and talked to Mike Ness for my friend Steph. Steph, who used to work in promotions. Shout out Steph and Paul, her husband.
You were trying to
walked
set
up-
up Steph with
No, I was
Mike
trying to,
Ness?
she just loves Mike Ness, and I was like, you should come meet him. And she was like, oh, okay. If you go to your right a little bit, and then you go up, there's a KFMA other way, and then you go up. Yeah, right there. See the one, the KFMA Day in the red KFMA
Some
Day
41.
poster?
See some 41 and Billy Idol
on it.
Yeah, that was the one where I sold the poster
Keep going.
that got me a
That's the
free oil
poster you
change.
sold. Nice.
That was my last KFMA Day as an employee with Unwritten Law and Jimmy Eat World.
Which is fun because I got kicked out of that one too, and
Did you really?
I was about to be an employee here. I was like kicked out, and then a couple months later, or like a few months later, they employed me as promotions.
Oh, that's
So
sick.
yeah.
A lot of them I don't recognize, but I recognize that poster for sure.
Yeah, it was one of the
Shout
gate
out
scales.
KFMA Day, dude. That was so fun. Oh
Yes.
my god, look at those. Bring it back. Look at that old
Yeah.
logo. I still have a KFMA shirt, but I've been looking for my old one with that logo. That was
With
a
the
sick
swirl
logo.
on it, yeah, right.
Yeah, the swirl, and then there was another cool one before I worked there that was just 92.1, and it was just like a
The radio antenna.
that old school one. Yeah, dude, bring back
Oh,
some
we have that
throwback
hanging
KFMA shirts, dude.
You know, it's about that time. You know, like
Yeah.
nostalgia is such big business and everything.
Exactly.
So
Dude,
20
bring it
years.
back.
Yeah, absolutely. You're not wrong. You're not
No,
wrong.
that's
But yeah,
sick.
so that's our studio. We put all the KFMA Day and fall ball posters up that we still had around. Some of these are signed. And then you'll see. So yeah, so
Dude,
yeah,
I
open
know
invitation.
exactly what studio you're in. They did put you in a closet. You're across,
I know.
You're across from the old KLPX.
Yes, yeah. From the old like Sherm's old little studio
Shout
too.
out
Yeah.
Sherm, dude.
Yeah.
That was my guy.
Yeah.
Sherm was my Tic Tac. I still talk to Tic Tac. Tic Tac
Nice.
came out to my show in San Diego. Him and Libby.
Yeah, nice.
We had
Yeah.
a KFMA reunion in San Diego, and I had food poisoning. It was horrible. It was a
Yeah,
good show.
TikTok's still local too. So yeah, I'm sure you'll see him when you come out in Tucson. But yeah, open invitation if you want to, throw it back and get on the air. I know that you're a radio pro anyways with the 15 years you did on Sirius. On top of that, so yeah,
Well, dude,
just
that's
racking
awesome.
up the resume. Yeah.
I would love that. I would absolutely love that.
Absolutely. Well, again, I appreciate all the time that you have, Dan. So thank you so much for hanging out with us. And again, I have so much great content that I'm going to be sprinkling through the next couple weeks on the show, and be able to just remind people that you're coming to town, and we want to make sure that it's a packed house for your first time headlining the Rialto. I mean, that's a thing that has to be done because not only for everything you've accomplished in your career, but a homecoming of sorts as a U of A alum, KFMA alum, and Tucson gone good, you know. So I think all the comedians in the scene right now need to be hyping up your show as well, because you're just a testament of how to do it. So
I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you having me on the show, man. This was awesome. I was really looking forward to this. So thanks so much for having me on.
No, I'm glad. And again, so will you come into town if it works out good? Hit me back up. Come in the studio, hang out, whether it's in the morning or the afternoon or even at night. We'll create a new love line for you.
I love that.
I mean?
I would love that. I've been waiting for that. Let's do that.
Yeah.
We're gonna bring back Love Line, bring back KFMA Day.
Yeah.
Bring it all back. Bring back the original recipe of EG's. Stop messing around, corporations. Bring back that Yeezy taste.
Exactly.
Finger guns.
Finger guns out your head.
All right, brother. Well, we'll let you go.
Guys.
Dan Soder, everybody, thank you so much. So we're going to hit the reset here from earlier this morning. We opened up the show like this. So in case you missed it, let's see. Went a little something like this. Here we go.
Rock station, Rock 102.1, Oro Valley, Tucson, an Arizona Lotus Corp radio station. You want it? You got it. Reality radio done right. No nonsense, real and raw, just like you like it.
He's corrupt, he's inexperienced, and he lies.
Broadcasting from a broom closet in the Arizona Lotus Studios, it's Beef Vegan Presents.
Yo, welcome back to the show. It's Beef Vegan Presents live on Rock 102.1 KFMA, streaming worldwide at KFMA.com on this beautiful Thursday, August 21st. Good morning, Emil.
Hey, good morning, man.
Good morning, Tucson. Thank you guys for tuning into the show. What a show we have planned for you today. Going to be a lot of fun. We'll have Miss Kendall joining us here in a couple minutes. I'm sure she's in the parking lot waiting to be let in. And then we got later on in the podcast broadcast, we're going to be talking to a KFMA alum, making his triumphant return, headlining at the Rialto Theater, the one and only golden retriever of comedy, Mr. Dan Soder. Dan Soder is going to be our guest at a podcast broadcast. I'm super excited about Dan. For many reasons. Been a fan of Dan's for a long time, way before I knew there was a KFMA connection. Always fun to talk with, and honestly, I think he's on the top of his game, at the top of his game.
Yeah.
He has peaked Dan Soder. His comedy special that he released on YouTube last year, which has like 3.5 million views on it, is just back. Like it's beginning to end killer. Like you got to like catch your breath and attempt to catch your breath during this. 38 minutes of straight stand up that is just hilarious. So I really think he's like peak form, and I'm excited to see him come back home. He always has a soft spot in his heart for Tucson, as he's a U of A alum, and he was a DJ here on this station. Worked a couple KFMA days back in the day, and all that stuff. So Dan Soder is going to be our guest in a podcast broadcast, and we'll still continue to give away tickets. We have 2 different big ticket items to give away. Of course, championship tickets for the IFL championship game happening this Saturday at the Tucson Arena, which we encourage you to come out and show out. We're going to do a tailgate, a live broadcast there, and the tailgate is indoors as well. Everything is indoors. So, yes, we got Green Bay versus Vegas. It's going to be a fun game and a fun Saturday night, and we'll be giving away tickets for that here shortly. Also, we have tickets today. Have you ever dressed up for cosplay?
I did once for like the Phoenix Comic-Con.
Okay, what was your cosplay?
I dressed up like Indiana Jones, and my wife went as Short Round.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, is that what did it? Is she a Short Round baby? Okay.
A little weird though.
Yeah.
A little Asian kid.
I know. It was just like, I don't know why, baby, but I'm so turned on right now. But like, it's weird.
Don't project your fantasies.
I know, right? I know.
Shorty around.
Yeah, and I like the whips.
I know, right?
So,
Hey.
all right. You never cosplay as like Adam Driver's Kylo Ren.
I know,
The money, you just wear black on black on black. I know you got black. I know.
That's so funny. I almost did. Maybe one of these days.
Yeah,
It's been a second since I've been to the Comic-Con.
yeah. Well, it's getting bigger and better every year. Of course, they're taking over the entire Tucson Arena and TCC this year. So a lot of, and of course, you won't have to worry about those tickets if you win them today at 7:10 a.m. So that's your opportunity to win those tickets. All right. As for sorry, I'm just looking at this and I just duh. Sorry if you had audio issues. Don't know what that's all about. Don't know why the stream is all jacked up, but hopefully it'll stop right now. We got to do F My Life. So we'll get on the air here, but a huge thank to Dan for killing it on the podcast. So we ended up obviously starting an hour early. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. Are you dying right now, Kendall?
I'm choking.
No, Kendall just had a moment in the hallway with Jen, our promo girl. And Jen's, she's a wild character. We have her on the show. And this was the first time they were meeting. And they were really hitting it off. And when it was all said and done, and Kendall's like, well, thanks, Jenna. Nice to meet you. So kind of like, called her the different name. So now Jen, I know how Jen is. Jen's going to want to fight her in the parking lot afterwards. And that's why you're getting your hair up in a bun, right?
And that makes good content anyway.
I mean,
I'm filming it now.
I barely just met her, but I think I could take her,
Ooh, I don't think
Yeah?
so.
No?
No.
I've never even seen her.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
I
She's
feel like you got it though.
she's
Thank you, Emil.
a whole lot of women. She's she's ready for it. She's got guns on her, right? Yeah. So,
Yeah.
all right. Well, anyways, but big thank you to Dan Soder, of course, hanging out with us on the podcast broadcast. October 3rd is going to be the name of that show. Now, since we got mixed up in the time because our Mountain Standard Time was all jacked up, he was originally scheduled from 9 to 10, right? With that, though, so we had him for the entire hour. We still have a lot of radio content to get to, including Your F My Life. So let's do that. Let's get into our F My Life, shall we? All right. And it goes a little something like this.
Did you get caught self-loving by your mom?
Awkward. It is awkward.
Did you do something that got you fired from your job?
I just get stupider.
It's fun being stupid.
Don't hide this in vain. Let us laugh at your pain. Call 600 KFMA right away.
I promise we won't embarrass you.
Because Beef Vegan presents F My Life. F My Life. F My Life.
Yes! Time for another edition of Your F My Life. These are unfortunate situations emailed to me. Subject line FML. I got Emil and Kendall in studio right now weighing in on these F My Life situations. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. First email sent to me by Jim. Jim said, Beef, I just recently got a speeding ticket in the mail with my drunk daughter's picture on it. She was waving at the camera. F My Life. What do you say, Emil?
Yeah, it sucks because we all know who's paying for it, but we've all been there before too.
Yeah.
Hey, I have that on my refrigerator. It's like, hey, what's up? I'm busted. But yeah, enjoy opening up your wallet for that one. That sucks. That's my life.
What do you say, Kendall?
FML. That's just not a proud dad moment. It doesn't sound like,
Yeah, not good. It's drunk driving too. Not good. Not good. Well, let's hope she wasn't driving. She was just in the passenger seat. And at least she was her head was up and she was waving at the camera. So that's good. Silver lining.
It's like Disneyland when you're on a ride. You're posing,
Yeah. All right. Next email sent to me by John. John said, I cleaned my entire apartment hoping to find the source of the terrible odor that I've been smelling for the past week. It's me. I'm the source of the terrible odor.
Take a bath. Stop being a big baby.
I agree.
Take a shower. Well, maybe if that stink is on you so bad,
You want to soak in
you
it?
might need to soak for a bit, man. Put some bleach in there with you. I don't know.
I don't know if TikTok would tell you to do that, but
It probably would, honestly, at some point.
What do you say, Kendall?
I agree. Big baby. He found the problem.
Yeah.
He was trying to figure it out. He's got it figured out now.
Yeah, it's true. It's gross, but yeah, big baby. Clean yourself. Wash your ass. All right. I don't know why I said it in that accent. I apologize. All right. Next up,
You should apologize.
Okay.
I'm very offended.
I know. All right. Danny said, my friends were acting strange around me. This afternoon, I got a text asking me to meet them out for a couple drinks. Because of all the strange acting, I decided to tell them that I would go and then not go. I found out that they had been planning me a surprise party. See, this is what happens when the anxiety kicks in. You miss out on these occasions, including your own surprise party. F My Life, Kendall.
I'm going to say FML. I just relate to that. I've never had that happen exactly, but I can just imagine that happening.
Okay.
It's a bummer.
That sucks, man.
All right.
For sure.
FIL for sure. So F My Life all the way around. I agree. All right. Looks like Veronica. She said, Beef, my boyfriend and I were having dinner with my family for the first time. Then he killed the bug and ate it.
Nice.
F My Life. You say nice like this is some Bear Grylls stuff.
That's like a flex, right, Dad?
If it's just you, Kendall, would you freak out? Would this be an F My Life?
What kind of bug, though? I think that would depend.
That's a good answer. I like that.
That's
What's the most edible bug for you first time?
I want something that's crunchy and has some texture to it, and not like
That's
wormy
chewy.
and not like a maggot. Like that's a no. But if it's like a cricket, I'll for it.
Okay. So I don't think you're putting yourself in this for a family for the very first time. And he decided, let's say it is a cricket, right? To get a cricket, kill it, and then eat it right in front of them like a straight up caveman, right? Is this the first impression that you want?
Yeah, he's resourceful. He's a provider. He's hunting.
I will give crickets and bugs to your daughter and our children if need be.
There's reassurance you're going to survive the apocalypse.
No, you guys are both smoking crickets. Veronica, don't listen to him. I'm saying this is F my life. I get how you would be like embarrassed by this or even shocked. And now I triple dog dare your boyfriend, John, to eat some kind of animal that is not cow, pig, or anything delicious, any kind of insect or bug in front of your family to see if you like it. Or even not even your family, because I know you don't care, in front of your bosses at SACE. I want to see John eat a cricket or a spider in front of Jake or Erica.
Well, he won't do a spider, that's for sure.
Is he a cook there? Does he cook there?
No.
Okay. I was going to say, this is like a good flavor, like combination of tacos.
Nah, we got to wrap it up. Here's our final F my life for the day.
I'm like, why are you bringing him into this?
Well, because I don't believe you that you would just be like, oh, if it's a cricket, then it's okay. That's nonsense. It's an insect.
Did they laugh?
It's an insect. There's no way that you want your boyfriend eating an insect in front of your family.
All right, let's move on.
You seem pretty posh. So I'm just like, are you telling me you would date any kind of like guy that would just eat bugs just off the floor? That's crazy.
I mean, I guess for a first impression, I get it, but it's not. But again, I think it depends a little bit.
So, my argument was heard. I feel heard. And I appreciate that. Thank you.
All right.
You don't have to agree as long as I feel heard.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
All right. Final F my life of the day. My girlfriend stopped in the middle of sex because she had sudden inspiration about what color to repaint our bedroom and wanted to find the color name online before she forgot it. By the time she was done, I'd gone soft and grumpy, and she got mad because I didn't want to finish having sex anymore. F my life. What do you say?
In a bit, I would say so. She's the one to get mad. She's the one that stopped the entire thing.
I wonder what color she was thinking.
What does she have, like a goldfish memory? She can't remember what this color is. Like
probably, yeah.
10 minutes later.
I bet you it's one of those like color names that are very like, unique, and it's just orange, but they call it like 3 different names, right? Yeah. Opal, whatever the hell. What do you say? F my life for this situation?
No, big baby. Everyone has the right to change their mind at any moment. It's got to be consensual.
Okay.
So.
All right, we're going big baby. Yes. If I yelled at you, I didn't mean to yell at you. I just don't believe that you would want your boyfriend to eat crickets at the dinner table. But that's a discussion for another time. There's your F my life. Keep those emails coming. We're going to hit the reset. Be back with more right after this. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Well, join us on the podcast broadcast, youtube.com/beefvegan. Clear. That was a clip.
I do get enjoyment from trying to provoke you,
No, I know. And that's good, and I don't mind it. And I'm not that upset, but again, I was just like, hey, well, both of you.
I'm thinking like maybe the parents got a kick out of it. Like this guy obviously sits down and he's just like, I'm going to test the waters, and I'm like, I can feel these people. They might,
earning some respect.
Yeah, like the dad's just like,
it's insane. You guys all want to be Encino Man. That's fine, but you're not Encino Man. There's only one Encino Man. That's Brendan Fraser. So let me get this going here because I will clip that up and get ready for our next segment. We've got a lot of stuff going on, but earlier this morning, we did a round of TikTok Tells Me, which was super good. I kind of want to share that if I can find it in here. But of course, we did Morning Moron. So
Joe,
it's
now
6:14 in time for your Morning Moron, so let's do it. There it is. I like the drum roll. Yeah, there we go. All right, so today's Morning Moron is just whenever you're in this, do everything you can to make sure that arrest is not avoided. You're going to be a Morning Moron, period. Right? Especially if you're not committing like a serious crime and you're at your own house. I mean, it's very difficult unless you have warrants to get arrested at your own house if you're really not doing much.
Yeah.
But a 44-year-old Ryan Bunting from Pennsylvania, he said, hold my beer. I can show you how it's done. He's facing multiple charges, 2 incidences that could have been filed under should have known better. On August 9th, he mooned first responders during a fire call. Right? According to
police.
Good choice.
Is it genius? I mean, even with the
move.
nicest butt in the world, you know what I mean? Like, you shouldn't be mooning first responders unless it's an invitation for I don't know, things.
I mean, I just think it's underrated, mooning in general.
Well, yeah, I mean, I encourage you.
Back?
Yeah.
Yeah, but look, she is a young woman with the badunkadunk. Do they still say badunkadunk?
Absolutely not.
Okay, what do they say?
What? There's a Gen Z term.
Yeah, for like a booty.
Yeah, that's what they say.
Yeah, well, I'd rather go back to
with the
badunkadunk. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so look, she got a can on her, right? And one that would be like, yeah, all right, I got mooned by that booty.
Like, hey,
that's fun.
I'm gonna put out this fire with some gusto now.
Yeah. There's worse asses to be flashed by, is what I'm saying. Okay, but even with the nice badunkadunk or giat or whatever the hell they're calling it, you shouldn't do it. Right? It's still, a decent exposure, even though it's hilarious. Now, according to police, he walked onto the driveway, dropped his shorts and underwear to his ankles, and displayed his buttocks to first responders.
Wow.
Now,
Legend.
yeah, I guess. Yeah.
He just was like, I know what I'm doing right now.
Right.
I'm going to walk out to my driveway.
Yeah, and I'm on my property. It is what it is,
Yeah.
There's a fire here. And so, that was odd, but he was on his own property. And they just scratched her head a little bit and went off. And then just 2 days later, he allegedly ignored orders to leave a backyard. And then that's when he escalated and threatened to kill officers and even attempt to run them over on his bicycle.
Oh, well, that'll do it.
Yeah. During his arrest, he bit, he kicked, he spit it off. All right, look, I see you guys. I hear you guys. I don't know why. And Serpent, you can't fix it. There's nothing you can do to fix it. As far as the audio is concerned, maybe it's the computer. I'll talk to, Scott. I had a bunch of stuff going on. I literally closed out a bunch of things this morning. I was dual recording as well. And then maybe that was the issue. Whatever. Hopefully it's better now, but I do appreciate everyone riding it out and keeping the chat going strong. And we're going to be back on the air here with some more right after this. So I'm not going to field anything else. Let's talk about your Costco thing here.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So with that, yeah, you have a Costco receipt, Kendall, that...
I have a Costco receipt for proof in case you don't believe me. But the question is... Hold
on. I'm going to reset that because I want to... All right. So you have a Costco receipt that's a mile long that you wanted to show off here?
Yeah. Well, before I show it off, I just want to start with how much do you think it is? So my boyfriend and I went to Costco the other weekend, and it's just the two of us in our households.
How much you average to spend when you and your wife go to Costco, Emil? Do you ever go to Costco?
Mm-mm.
Okay, but grocery store, what are you spending?
Grocery store, probably... every trip at least $100, I would say.
Yeah,
about $100, $120 a weekly. No, it's probably close to $300 weekly. I'd say $200.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's expensive. Well, and that's just him and his wife and a kid, baby on the way.
Mm-hmm.
You guys went as a couple to Costco, and you're not planning for any kind of long vacation stays, or just eating in for the next couple months, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I know that I can't even look at a store without spending $100 the way things cost now.
It's ridiculous, man.
Yeah.
So Costco, I could imagine is going to be kind of pricey like that. How long was the receipt? If you could tell me.
You want me to show you?
Yeah, without showing me the actual
without
number.
the prices, here's the receipt.
Son of a bitch! Look how long that receipt is. Yeah,
Good 2 feet. I would say 1.5 feet, 2 feet.
Yeah. It's mighty.
We got guests here on the broadcast stream saying $400 and from Cactus Robot. Now $400 I think would be an excellent guess. And you're splitting between the two of you. I think it's going to be lower though because your boyfriend has a teacher salary, and I don't think you guys both want to. I don't think you both would agree to spending $400 on groceries at Costco, even if a TV was included. Right? I think you would be like, we're going to have to put some items back.
Right.
So I think you're more along the lines of 300. I think 150 a piece is something that you could both say, okay, we'll deal with that, but at the same time, never again.
It doesn't include our $1.50 hot dog combo meals. So that's not even on
all
here.
in when you go to Costco. Then you're just about the experience as well.
Add $1.50 to it. So what is it?
So the grand total after tax was $981.
Shut up. $981. Did you get a couch?
No furniture, no clothes, no accessories. I got some whatchamacallits, toiletries, right? The shampoo, the toilet paper, things like that, some basics. John got a lot of proteins.
What your toiletries? What kind of like douche do you use? Like 1957 Don Julio? Like what?
No, like the
$1,000 at Costco. Are you kidding me?
I thought that was the point of Costco. Is just like, did you get a lot of stuff though? Is like just like truckloads? Because I would imagine
never gonna have to get food outside of your house for the rest of the year.
Right.
So
This
I
is
don't know
like
if you can see this,
stuff.
but I color coded the receipt. Okay, is this coming in the color?
Back it up.
Back it up. Back it up.
There you go.
All right, I got it. So I'm backing it up. I color coded the receipt because the things that were in pink are my items.
Okay.
Things that are in yellow are
joint.
items we were sharing, yes. And everything else is my boyfriend's.
Okay, good for him. Yeah, and I'm sure he had to do some like teaching supplies and stuff. What is the most expensive item on that list? $1,000. I'm aghast. I'm disgusted by this.
Okay, so there is a item. The most expensive item was $51.
What? That's only
not actually
$51.
not so bad, though.
No,
It is a food item. It is a protein item.
protein. What?
Well, guess.
No, yeah,
No?
it's-
Okay.
no, yeah, we
Spit
got
it out. All right, top sirloin.
It's
was gonna say
$1,000
steak or something,
receipt.
yeah.
I don't have time to guess
Yes.
everything. So top sirloin.
top
Okay.
sirloin. And then he got some other standards, must-haves like a bottle of vodka and chocolate
Okay.
chip cookies,
Yeah, yeah.
things you can't really live without.
That's still insane to me. That is absolutely nuts.
It's pretty wild. We got like dog treats. That adds up.
Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. Hanging out here with Kendall. Let me ask you this question, Tucson. 600 KFMA, 605-362. What's the most you ever spent at Costco during one Costco run? Right? Just one run, not including big items like patio furniture, couches, grills, things like that. Just actual grocery items, because Kendall is showing me a receipt here for under $1,000.
Barely.
Just $20 shy.
Yeah, $980 that her and her boyfriend, not even husband, let's just make that a point, right? Spent at Costco together. No kids.
Yeah, we have
one fur baby, right?
He's like
we have two.
pushing.
Okay.
I could feel it.
And almost $1,000. And honestly, when do you think you'll be done with the food? When will the food run out?
Oh, it's gonna last because it's like
It's bulk though.
yeah, it's gonna last.
And that's why you're dropping it.
Right. It's like we're not gonna go to Costco for at least 3 months, right?
Yeah.
You know,
okay. Are you gonna go out to eat in that time?
We've gone out once, I think.
Yeah.
Since this shopping spree.
So if you think about it, 3 months, so for $900, that's
Give me
not
the
so
receipt.
bad when you add it up.
So-
If you're not going to go to any other stores,
And also to break it down further, my portion, I spent like 370,
okay.
and then he was the other 600, whatever.
Okay. Well, good for him.
Amount.
So what other second, third job is he going to start working now? I mean, honestly, just even pay for this.
Yeah.
Yeah, colors,
He hustles.
you know.
He's already got the side hustle.
That's good. Matcha, $23 for matcha.
Yeah, that was mine.
Yeah, that was.
What a hipster,
unsurprisingly.
You
man.
didn't need that.
It looked good. I don't
strips.
know.
Yeah,
I
there's a
was
lot of things
like-
that look good.
I mean, but it's like, we didn't get cases of soda and candy. Like
Right.
you can see on there, we got the protein. It's going in the freezer. It's getting thawed out, over the next few months. We got cans of tuna. They don't go bad. Egg whites.
None of this makes sense because I mean, it just seems like, look, if it was Thanksgiving and you have something coming up, then this kind of makes sense. But I mean, you're ordering a lot of food for just two people that don't even eat that much. You guys aren't even fat, dude. So like the fact that you're like eating this much, or even like trying to. You're making yourself have to eat more. When you spend $1,000 in groceries, then you're like, I have to eat more. I have to get fat because if not, I'm ripping myself off. I'm just spending money for nothing. Let's go to the phones. Rock 102.1. Who's this?
Yo, it's Nick.
All right, Nick. What's the most you spent at Costco?
So it was $375, and that was on a budget. If we don't do the budget, it's like normally $635.
Okay.
That's what it normally is. But you
Right.
have a family of, who knows how big your family is now. You date women with kids, so you're probably like Brady Bunching it right now. So that's a good amount for at least 5 people, right?
That's usually me and Austin's spending.
Well, then, what's the point of going to Costco then? I thought you were supposed to have save money and this is bulk buy-in and it was going to be a big deal. If it's $1,000, I'm sorry, I'm too frugal. I'm way too cheap for this. It offends me.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I'm going to go purchase from now on is anything fresh. The milk, the eggs, some produce.
Right.
But I'm set otherwise.
See, that's not so bad if you look at it. If you don't go back for 3 months and you just go to the store for little things like veggies and stuff like that, then I think it might be all right.
As soon as we hit the checkout, I was like, okay, this is not feeling great.
Yeah, when did you realize that you were in over your head? What number when on the register?
I kind of knew the moment we walked in. We got one cart, and when we walked in, I was like, I should have grabbed a second cart. I had that feeling. So mid shopping, I had to go get the second cart, and that's when I definitely knew. I'm like, this is big baskets.
I don't understand why you guys wanted that much food. I mean, what? Well, and this was last week or earlier this week.
It was.
What did you go in expecting
to
spend? What did you expect to spend when you walked in there?
I think we were expecting collectively more maybe 700.
You were still planning on doing 700 for the two of you.
I mean, we weren't planning. It was get your necessities together. Stock up on your egg whites, your tuna cans. Again, those things last. They don't have a quick expiration. It all fit in the freezer, fridge, pantry, all that good stuff. So,
all right, yeah. If it doesn't expire soon, you don't have a bunch of rotten ass food that you spent $1,000 on just wasting, and then you're fine. Egg whites do seem like something that will expire. Yeah,
they
will,
not
forever,
but not till October, I think.
It's only a month.
All right. Well, so you went in expecting to spend 700, and so then I guess, I mean. It's a weird flex then because you weren't blown away by it. You weren't surprised by it. You're just saying, hey, look, this is how much I spent. I'm right now solo. So my food budget is at an all-time low and I appreciate that. Mm-hmm. In fact, actually, I could probably afford the DoorDash every single day if I wanted to.
You got a little extra then.
Oh yeah. But I mean, I won't even do that, but it's definitely within my range. Cause even if I DoorDash every day, I'm not even scratching the surface of that. I'm not even a third of that.
I don't know about that.
$900. I'm not spending. I could DoorDash every day and not spend $300
for $20. And then this is split between two people still, right? And then it's gonna last us months. So that's definitely better than DoorDashing once a day.
Yeah, but okay. So you're still in the young part of your relationship too. It's gonna suck to be like, hey, you want to go out? Nah, we already got all that Costco stuff. So now you got no reason to go out and have a date and treat yourself. So if you guys want to be on the couch just eating microwavables, non-perishables, for the rest of the year, I mean, I don't know if that's the most romantic lifestyle, but it's a lifestyle nonetheless. So good for you.
All right. Yeah, I wasn't sure if this was going to bring me shame or clout. I
mean, it's a little bit of both. It's a mixture because one, super clout that you have that within your budget and you're doing well for yourself. And you know what? And kudos to your, boyfriend because I know that he's a teacher. Mm-hmm. And so I just like to see teachers making money.
Yeah.
Right.
Unfortunately, he has to pay for his own supplies, but
yeah. Did he have school supplies in there too?
No, I said.
You said colors and stuff like that. So
he needs protein, and that's a supply that all teachers need.
That's the supplies he's getting. I mean, teachers still need that. You know?
Yeah.
I
didn't think he was buying notebooks and stuff for classrooms.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's the Costco receipt. If you have longer receipts, you want to do a flex on Kendall, you can let us know at 600 KFMA. We're gonna hit the reset, but keep the conversation moving on the podcast broadcast. YouTube.com/beefvegan. Yeah. I mean, that's good for him. He's like, I'll spend $600 on food.
He definitely told me because he's the one with the membership. Okay. I never go. So I'm not used to this kind of shopping, right?
Right.
So I tried to be mindful, but anyway, he said he typically spends $200, $300 when he goes.
Every time? How many times a month does he go?
He said it lasts him a couple months. So let's say every 2 months.
Because I think about my wife when she goes to the store, I think it depends on what store you're going to. We usually we do Whole Foods, Sprouts and stuff.
Yeah,
Joe's.
Fancy.
But we get the necessities and we cook at home all the time. We like to cook and we have multiple meal days. Mm-hmm. So, but I would say $700-$800 maybe a month max, and that's like really going crazy, buying like steaks and like lots of meat, lots of good stuff.
You live in a high life.
Yeah, but that's when we can, like when she's on maternity coming up, man, we're gonna we're paying that ourselves, so it's gonna be like it's gonna be an interesting time.
Yes, it is, man. Yes, it is. Absolutely, but
yeah,
I know.
Well, the real question will be when we go again. We will then be able to evaluate how long did this last us.
Right.
It's
an experiment. Look at it this way.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah. And then when your friends invite you out, be like, hey, you want to meet us at Union for like drinks and like an app? Be like, I got food at home.
Worst comes to worst, you can just get on YouTube and just like just try to eat it all in one sitting. Like one of those, like, what do they call when they eat a bunch of mukbang? Yeah, you could just be mukbang. Just like, screw this.
That's a thing?
Yeah. You've never heard of this?
Mukbang?
Mukbang, where it's like the people are
serious,
just like gorging on nasty amounts of food.
Absolutely not.
Oh, it's horrible, man. It just really makes you.
I feel like I just call that Saturday night. I'm mukbanging myself nonstop.
We know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think it helps you be accountable because it's like you said, you could go out to eat, but it's like, that's expensive. So I'm going to eat at home.
Right.
Eat my Costco goods.
Yeah.
Eat your tuna on the couch.
Yeah. Straight from the can.
Great. Hey, why dirty a plate?
I love olives. So I don't know. This is also crazy. That was one of the purchases of a case of olives. Yeah.
Yeah, how much was it? How much was a case of olives?
For the case
you
of
love it that much? I mean, sometimes you eat too
one
much.
can is already gone. I'm on my second can. So,
right.
I mean, let's see. I'm looking for a pink one.
All right. Well, that's fascinating
$6.99.
podcast talk. $6.99 for that's not bad.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna switch gears as far as what we talk about right now.
Yeah.
All right.
You don't talk about groceries anymore.
We definitely talked about this a little longer than I would have liked, but
radio. Well, it's a long ass receipt. So all right, let's do this. Welcome back to Mafee Presents. Now, I'm going to do something. Usually we do Ask a Conspiracist, but I'm not going to do Ask a Conspiracist today. I'm not asking Kendall or Emil to search the news stories so I could tell you what's really going on. I'll do that tomorrow with Mari. But I did come across something on Reddit, a list of conspiracy theories that help you doubt pretty much everything. Right. And Emil, you're somewhat of an expert on this to a certain extent. You're well versed and in the debate of certain topics. So I want to go through some of these.
Sure.
Basically, someone recently asked in a poll what for the conspiracy theories they genuinely believe are true. Right.
Okay.
And of course, Reddit, they deliver. So here's some examples of that. Someone wrote, as someone in IT, there is no true anonymity, right? People are worried about government tracking you, but they already do. Your ISP tracks every move you make, including incognito, and they will happily send a report to anyone.
Yeah, totally.
You 100% believe that?
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Your TV's always on, watching you, taking videos. They've even proven that your phone is taking pictures of you all the time.
All the time. And to back that up, actually, someone wrote, there's a story about some McDonald's workers recognizing Luigi Mangione, but that's all nonsense. And that they didn't recognize him. It was just a cover up for some dodgy surveillance technique that they used.
Totally.
Yeah. So in this world, Big Brother is already here and everywhere, and they know where everyone is at all times.
Wait till
unless you seriously go off the grid.
Read about how do they utilize Wi-Fi within your houses and how they track you through your walls and how they can see you utilizing Wi-Fi.
Is it like Batman and in the
Just
second
like
Batman?
Just like it.
That's right. Thank you, Christian Bale's Batman and Christopher Nolan. They gave us a warning a long time ago. Yeah. I knew, Lucius should have never developed that technology, and we wouldn't be dealing with this right now.
I know, right? It is his fault.
Yeah, blame it on Lucius. All right, another conspiracies that will make you pretty much doubt everything, that they don't make women's clothes with pockets. You know why?
Yeah.
To sell more handbags. We live in a capitalist world. Wouldn't you love pockets? Do you have pockets?
Yeah, I have pockets, but they're not big enough.
No,
like if you
have like a quarter in a pocket, and that's
it's aesthetics.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, like here you go. Here's some dainty, pretty like pockets, just so it looks like pockets. Can't put anything in it. You're probably gonna need to buy something to hold all your junk.
Right.
That's where the handbag industry comes in. So they see that. Someone wrote octopi or aliens whose embryos came here on a comet, an asteroid, and landed in our primordial stew. which, you know, octopi are fascinating creatures, wildly intelligent, and they look alien-like, so I'm willing to believe that. They say big oil invented and pushed paper straws to make people resent environmentalists. If that's the case, that was pretty brilliant because those paper straws suck.
Yeah, they do. And they're full of toxins anyway. So that's like the joke. And the funny thing is they always come in a little plastic wrap.
Yeah.
So it's like, what? Okay. Good job, guys.
Yeah, exactly. And then this one is ridiculous, but let's end it on ridiculous. Someone wrote the Civil War was a cover-up for a war against vampires.
Oh, yeah.
Which is still going on.
Right.
I don't want to get into it too much.
All right. Well, you know, there you go. List of conspiracy theories that help you pretty much doubt everything. You know, tell me about this vampire war that we're dealing with here, Emil.
Oh my gosh.
Is that why there's no sunlight in the studio and there's no window in here?
So this is.
No.
Are you one of them? Just kidding.
I had a neighbor who thought I was a vampire. The little girl did. Because I worked late nights at the radio station. I'd come home before the sun came up and I'm a little pale. And and they're little, like, they were a Hispanic family that lived below me. And I'd hear them like, El
Oh.
El Vampiro.
Yeah, and I'd be walking up the stairs and it'd be like 5 a.m. The sun's like coming up. I ride my bike home from the radio station after like my Loveline shift. and it'd be like up and you'd hear him like, El Vampiro. And it'd be pointing and I'd be like, yeah, that's me. Cool. That's a cool nickname, man. I'll go with it.
That's a badass nickname. Oh, speaking of which, I think it's cool that both you and Soder both did boards for Loveline.
Loveline, man, that was my favorite. I have some crazy, nasty calls, stuff that really like made me grow up the rest of the way because of Loveline and stuff. But yeah, because he left after Loveline and I took over those shifts.
Yeah. So you took his shifts. Did he know that? Did we have an opportunity to say that to him?
No, but I think I've talked to him about that before in the past.
Yeah.
Like, because I've hung out with him like once or twice at like KFMA days and stuff when he's come to town. And I think I mentioned that like the first time he came back, but I don't know.
Do you think he recognized you?
I don't know. Probably not. I didn't have a beard then.
Yeah. He was the boy wonder. So he looked like a baby boy. Yeah,
because I'm trying to not geek out on Emil, but it's like test department, Loveline.
Oh, you know about this stuff.
Yeah. Oh, it raised
it's so
me.
Funny
like as much as the love that Dan was pouring out on KFMA, that's how I feel in my heart.
Really? Oh, well, hey, somebody listened. That's cool.
100%.
I had a person when I was buying eyeglasses once, and she did the whole like, "Are you the boy wonder?" I'm like, "Yeah, can the boy wonder get a discount on these glasses?"
Did you get a discount?
No. They were really expensive.
Yeah.
Eyewear.
Sundays were such a fun lineup because I loved Loveline. And then obviously it wasn't on the Friday, Saturday to tear the children. But hey, I was the children that kept listening. No matter
thank you.
what,
That's awesome. That was like my favorite part about all this. And like, it legitimately is like one of the best parts of my life. Like when he was talking about all that stuff, I'm like, I feel you, bro.
Yes.
Like I feel you. Cause like it really was like a super special time. As poor as I was and like I worked my butt off for everything. And I got some stuff out of it, but it was still absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
well, it was very formative for me, so.
Yeah. So
thank you.
Yeah. So I brought in a fan for you.
Oh, well, thanks, man.
Yeah. See?
I'm a fan of both of you guys.
Yeah. Oh, you just met her.
Yeah, but I'm a fan so far.
You grow. Well, now it's Mutual Appreciation Club. But before, I'm sure he was on the fence until you're like, I actually loved your show.
I was like,
I like this Kendall girl. Like now I get a text after, hey, just to let you know, I really like that Kendall girl.
I've learned you can't trust what people say. So I don't know what you guys were talking about when I went to the bathroom,
Oh, no, we were streaming it. You can watch back.
Yeah.
It was hour 2, minute 7.
All right.
Yeah. There was a good 35 seconds where like, she's not fooling anyone with those pants. I don't know.
What are you saying? I have like butt pads or something?
Yeah. Those are padded pants.
I got a push-up.
Honestly,
panties.
I could probably use those.
I saw peripheral when you were talking to Jen, and I was just like, you're wearing black on black, right? But I did peripheral see. I'm like, there's a butt there. I kept walking.
Yeah. Keep your eyes up.
My eyes were up.
This is HR you're talking to.
I know.
Very legit.
That was HR squared out there too. You're like in the lion's den looking at butt.
Jen is an HR violation, a walking, talking HR violation. Trust me. You talk to her for 2 minutes, and you're just like,
chat with her real fast.
Yeah,
I do plan on apologizing to her.
To Jenna?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But people do that to my name all the time. I don't mind.
Oh, do they? Do they mess up your name?
Yeah, call me Kendra, whatever. I don't care.
Yeah. Crumble.
It doesn't matter.
Crumble.
Yeah.
Is that I have a list. Okay. I've just like
because his name is Emil.
Like I went through college with like professors calling me Emmett I'm like, I don't care anymore. Ishmael. Yeah. My name is Ishmael.
Well, I got an email from a listener. Her last name is Semon, right? Mm-hmm. And she goes, look, I know that people pronounce it semen. I'm tired of like correcting people, right?
I know.
Her name's Ashley. And I'm like, well, you could tell me how it's pronounced, or I'm just gonna say your last name's Steven. Okay, I guess we're just cool with that. Yeah. All right, let's get on the air here. I got a couple more things. Kendra Lamar, that's a good one, Josh. Rock one.
Is that Weinberg? Hi, Josh.
Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beefing Presents. All right, being single sucks. Emil doesn't know this. Kendall,
I've been single before, and it's not horrible.
Yes, I went on a severe 7-year stretch before I met my boyfriend.
Yeah.
So.
Well, this week I want to get you caught up in new dating terms. Okay. Earlier this week we talked about roaching. Is a new term. That's basically someone who's dating you, but is also dating a bunch of other people, like not exclusively. And if you know about one of them, then there's a good chance that there's multiple. Like you turn on the lights and the roaches will scatter. So roaching became a term. Okay. So it doesn't necessarily mean cheating. It means that
yeah.
Isn't that just dating, though?
Emil and I have opinions right now.
In a way, but don't. You save them for the end, okay?
We will.
It's like, shut up, everybody.
So the relationship hasn't been defined as exclusive. Then it could just mean something vague and non-committal going on. You're roaching, okay? Another term that just came out that's gaining popularity is monkey barring. Okay, so monkey barring means it's time for another dating term that you didn't need really, but basically they say it's centered around a person who's terrified of being alone. So they'll be with one person, start chatting up another person with the full intent of jumping right from one to the other, like monkey bars on a playground.
Yeah.
So there's no downtime in between. So you got to be like fearful of the monkey bars out there and monkey barring. So that's the latest term. And utilizing like playground analogies for grown-up sex is weird, right?
Yeah.
But we go from roaching to monkey barring, and that leads me into a popular rise amongst public sex fans, something called hamstering. All right, now before we get into hamstering,
it's like
guess what it is.
Didn't Richard Gere do this at one point too?
That's incorrect.
That's a rumor.
Yeah, were you thinking that too?
Okay.
What would you think hamstering is, Kendall?
I was thinking the gerbil.
Okay, let me ask you this.
Gere's bum.
Do you or your significant other have a sunroof?
Yes.
Then you could hamster.
Okay.
You could get hamstering. It's a kinky little practice. It seems to be gaining popularity amongst the more sexually adventurous amongst us. All it takes to engage it is the car with a sunroof, someone with a schlong, and a willing partner. From there, you'll get the visual of what happens, like when a hamster drinks from a water bottle sipper. So, yes, hamstering.
Oh, my.
It's like 3 people that did this, and they're like, hey, this is not weird at all.
I used to do something, because I used to have a sunroof. I would call it parading. And this was basically ghost riding my whip. But I would do this as a young teen.
I love doing that.
Where, I would get up on my sunroof, and don't try this at home, kids. And then steer with my feet,
dude,
and then wave to the neighbors.
feel like you and I would have been like best buds growing up, because we would do this, climb all over the car, and just be like, this is like pre-Jackass era too, man. I feel like you and I have like a kindred spirit of like just chaos, of like young chaos.
Oh, you know it, dude. That's why we're friends today, and we probably would have been hamstering each other too. No?
Oh, what a visual.
All right, so
you got a sunroof. It's out the parking lot.
All right, we got more coming up right after this, including your beef tip and why we're getting dumber. So stick around. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA. I just had to end it with a nice little gay joke. So hamstering.
Hamstring.
Well, I have some
force my
real,
weird kinks onto everybody.
Yeah, I have some real dating advice if you think I should share, if that would be helpful.
Real dating advice?
Yes.
For me?
Real.
Are you trying to tell me, like, I don't know how to date?
The people?
First off, I have a Chili's credit card, so not only do I know how to date, I am superb at it.
He does it well.
Yes. I drop that. I drop it down there and be like, oh, yeah.
Lifetime
margaritas.
All around.
Yeah, that's right.
For the
Triple
table.
dipper.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, give me some dating advice.
It's not my original advice. I recommend looking up this lovely lady who's known as Canada's dating coach.
Oh, I know about her.
Oh, you do know about her?
Yeah, is her name Sabrina?
No.
Okay, I know a different dating coach. Okay, tell me about Canada's dating coach.
So she has a philosophy where basically the first 3 months of dating, number one rule, not exclusive. So how you're crapping on roaching, it's like, no,
I'm not crapping on it. I am King Roach.
Well, okay, yeah. And Emil,
cool,
I could tell him and I were in agreement. It's like, yeah, you date people. Like, you don't just date one person at a time. That's what dating is.
Right.
When you're in a relationship, that changes, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So that's number one rule is don't be exclusive for the first 3 months.
Okay.
No physical activities of any kind.
Well,
even
can't do
kissing.
that. Already out. Yeah.
Well, yeah, you think you're out, but I mean, it's a little bit different with men and women, but especially women. The oxytocin is getting released when you're physical, and you're getting warped. You're getting,
warped.
Yeah, so warped.
Mind warped. You're getting very attached and emotional.
Yeah, the D could blind you, basically.
It blinds you,
Yeah.
yes. And so then it's like, if you avoid that for the first few months, you can collect the data and be like, is this person an a-hole or not? Before you get attached, right?
Yeah, but
So,
that's like
I
waiting
said,
for
guys,
marriage too. So, there's good and
3
bad
months,
that comes
dude,
from that.
You're telling me you can't wait 3 months?
No.
It's not waiting till marriage. 3 months.
I couldn't personally wait 3 months.
I still like the idea of 3 dates.
Yeah,
'Cause I feel like
great.
that's at like that moderate where you're like, okay, depends on how long the dates are. I guess you date the same person 3 times in a day, and you're like, hey, let's get to it.
But here's a question that I want to ask you, Beef. Do you feel like once you have it happen, are you less interested in that person? Because you're like, all right.
It depends on the person. But no, I mean, initially when I was younger, yeah, it would like the chase was over. But that's not how it is now. But I think it's equally important. No, I mean, yeah. Hell, you actually talk to some of my exes and they would say, yeah, absolutely, for sure. After we slept together and, you stopped trying to sleep with me as hard. Like, well, no, I still tried to get to know you and hang out with you and, do all these things.
But that's also this primordial guy thing. Though.
Yeah.
I mean, the reason we're here is
hunters,
to just
dude.
Spread your semen. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's something that's so ingrained within our genes that it's just it's just what it is. It is what it is.
Right.
And then you take in something else, like maybe there's a love connection and you're looking forward to doing it again. And that's something special. That's going above and beyond that lizard brain that we have. So that's something to appreciate too. And you get that more when you get older, of course. Yeah. Because it's just I don't have time to spread my seed and nobody wants to.
Well, Dan has a funny joke about turning 40 and, not being possessed by his sex drive anymore. Right. And, there is truth to that, which is pretty funny. And good. It comes with a little bit of clarity. It's just no, I'm not trying to do it every single day, all day. Before that was 100% the primal drive. Me, it took a little longer than just 40. I had to really turn a corner 45. Now I'm like, okay. I'm good, so but that does affect my potential relationships because at the same time I'm like, I'm doing me today. I don't necessarily have that drive and to hang out. I'd love to hang out, but I know if I'm gonna hang out or we'll probably end up having sex. So, we'll probably hang out tomorrow because I want to do some other stuff today because sex isn't my number one goal today, which would be odd for a lot of people listening that would think that every day the number one goal is that for me.
Right. Well, like you said, it's that's how you're programmed. You're wired, to do that. So I think, that's why for females, it's important to try to follow that because it's you will say and do anything to get that because that's how you're wired, you know?
I keep it real, son.
I always try to keep it real, though.
People don't do that anymore. And I'll say it's not just men, it's women too. But people do not keep it real. People don't say what they want and actually mean it. They'll say, oh, yeah, I'm interested. I want a relationship, but they really just want to hook up. So it's
Sarah said,
I feel like those guys
possessed by a sex demon sounds like a few things and it's random to come in on.
I feel like
sorry.
Men and women have always been kind of like that, though, in a sense
7
that
seconds.
Some people. Oh, I also got some news about music. If you need a chat.
Yes.
Well, yes, but we're going to do that after. We got to end a beef tip. And so we'll bang out 2 things right after this show here. Which we're close. All right, Rock on 2.1 KFMA. Welcome back, Beef Vegan Presents. Unfortunately, that's all the time that we have for the show today. But What a great show. I like thanking comedian Dan Soder for hanging out with us for over an hour on the podcast broadcast. YouTube.com/BeFegan. You can check out the entire conversation. It's fantastic to hear from Dan, who is returning to Arizona. He has 2 different shows. Shows a stand-up live in Phoenix in September, and in his show at the legendary Rialto Theater in Tucson on October 3rd. DanSoder.com to get your tickets for that. All right, with that said, I got 5 ways that people make themselves dumber each day inside your beef tip. This is what we do to ourselves to make ourselves dumber. Do you feel like you're getting dumber every day? You feel like you're getting smarter every day?
I try to balance it out. I feel like I'm getting dumber, so I'm trying to get smarter to counteract the dumber.
Yeah, same question, Kendall.
Age brings wisdom. I feel smarter.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you might be. But if you're not training your brain like a muscle in need of training, like a muscle, your brain can grow if you challenge it and put it into learning situations. By not doing that, you're making yourself dumber each day. Sleep deprivation. So sleep isn't just downtime. It's how the brain rehearses, repairs, and rewires itself. So if you listen to me in the morning and you're like, oh, this guy sounds like an idiot. Well, you try waking up doing mornings for 16 years. It ain't going to make you smarter, right?
Pretty hard.
Alcohol. That's the most obvious form of self-sabotage. Too much of that. And excess is death, right? Lack of structure. Your brain craves structure, purpose, and deadlines.
Mm-hmm.
Without them, those sparks of creativity get quashed.
Yep.
Yeah, I just like saying quashed.
It's a fun one.
It's a badass word. Quashed. Stay focused, beef. All right, here we go. Last tip of 5 ways that we're making ourselves dumber each day. Bad company, right?
Yeah, totally, man.
Don't use this as an excuse to quit the show, Kendall. They say feeding your brain a steady diet of bad inputs, gossip, outrage, or low-grade distraction is a surefire way to degrade it. So much like what you ate on a diet consisting of nothing but candy and soda, it would get you fatter. You hang out with the dumber, you're going to get dumb by proxy. So, you want to avoid these 5 things and make yourself smarter each and every day as opposed to getting dumber each and every day.
One of my favorite quotes is, you are who you surround yourself with.
Yeah, totally.
So
nice. That makes you
that sums it up.
a certified rock star. Yeah,
Aww.
that's right. Because that's what we are.
Yeah, that's us.
All right. Thank you guys so much for listening to the show. Enjoy the rest of your day. Drive safe, ride safe, and as always, rock local. Later.
When you wish upon a side of beef, soon will come an end to all your grief. But if you've been mean or kind of bad, I will knock out all your teeth.
Babuski.